Is dubbed Tax Identity Theft Awareness Week. So now's the time to take steps to protect yourself and your money. We have a financial advisor, Tom Newman from Drake & Associates, here to talk about the 4 signs, because we're with TMJ4,
of course,
to make sure that you're not going to become a victim.
Yes.
So we'll start with the first one. File as early as possible. Why?
Yeah, I think as soon as you get all of your documents in order, it's best to file as soon as possible, because that limits the amount of time that you give scammers the opportunity to file on your Social Security number. So it's really important to do that as soon as possible. Now, some tax documents come a little bit later, so you do have to wait, but at the same time, file as quickly as possible. The other thing is to protect your computer. I think, the advent of filing electronically allows us to do it conveniently, but make sure that your passwords are protected. Make sure you're working on a network that's secure. Don't go to the local coffee shop and file your taxes there. Just be safe when it comes to that.
Yeah, and then going back to number 1, when you file as early as possible, people want to take your return.
They do.
That's the reason why.
They do. They want to take your return. They want to file false claims and try and get as much money out of the government on your Social Security as possible.
So if I file and they say somebody else already filed, that can be a lot to get through to try to figure that out and work that out.
It can be. Now, one of the scams to be aware of, I work with retirees each and every day, and one of the scams that is out there is coming after elderly. And what it is they receive a phone call or a text message saying that their Social Security number is compromised. Now, it's really important to know that the IRS does not use that form of communication. If there is something that is wrong, they're going to send you a letter via mail. So if you do receive information on Social Security, your Social Security number is compromised via a phone call, social media, a text message, just be very susceptible and know exactly what's going on.
So that was number 3, beware of scams. Apparently the IRS is the biggest one. I think that it's this big, scary acronym that people are like, oh, I have to do whatever they say.
They have a lot of great resources. I mean, definitely open the lines of communication if something is going on, but take the steps that they lay out for you. Don't, be talking or giving away information over the phone if you don't actually know that you're speaking to the IRS.
Right. And number 4, adjust your withholding.
So a few years back, when the president and his administration implemented the new tax cuts, a lot of people did not adjust their withholding on their paychecks. So, a lot of people do find that receiving a big refund is beneficial. They go out, they spend it on something they wanted for a long time, but it's actually not the greatest thing. I mean, you're giving the government a interest-free loan. So really adjust your withholding. Think about taking more money in your paycheck each time, and then taking that little bit and helping to fund your long-term goals like, retirement, and contribute to a traditional or a Roth IRA.
Some people don't want to owe money at the end.
Right.
They want to get money.
Yes.
So I think that's the only thing where I see why I wouldn't want to switch it. But I get it. I'm giving the government my money when
Right.
I could be playing with it. But in the end, could you be owing money?
You could. So that's why working with an individual like myself or a tax advisor really can help out, make sure that you're withholding enough on each paycheck.
So yeah, you can talk to that or your HR.
Exactly.
Make sure that you're doing everything correctly. Tom Newman with Drake & Associates, financial advisor. If you'd like to get a hold of Tom, go to tmj4.com, or we'll have the story online. Thanks for waking up with us.
My pleasure.